So in this question, we want to figure out what's happening. So a vehicle starts from rest, accelerates to a certain speed, goes at a constant speed, then slows down and comes to a stop. Okay? Very similar as if you left Roblin at the hospital, you turned, you went to Yorkton, you gained speed till you hit the 100 sign, hit the cruise control till you got to the outskirts of Yorkton, hit the cruise control off, slowed down till you stopped at the first set of lights. It's the same idea question. Now, there's 3 stages involved in it. In the first one, you have the following information: V1, A, V2, T, and D. In the second one, in the second equation, or the second stage, sorry, I'm going at a constant speed. So all I need to worry about is V, T, and D, in which your change in velocity is not really a change in velocity because it stays the same. Then in the third stage, I have the following information again. So what we want to see, is what carries over from each stage to the next stage. That's the information that we need to get from the question. All right. So first things first. Starts at rest, correct?
Yeah.
Accelerates at
2 meters per second squared.
2 meters per second squared. For how long?
6 seconds.
6 seconds. All right. Okay? So there's the first bit of information. Then the car hits a certain speed. It stays at that speed for a given amount of time, and we'll worry about that in a second. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find out what my secondary speed is. So to find my secondary speed, I use V2 equals V1 plus A delta T. Okay, I'll leave this up here. I prefer you not write as we go, because you're not really listening then. I'll leave it on the board for you to copy after if you need it. Okay, Morgan? All right. Okay, so V1 is 0, right? My A is 2, and my time is 6 seconds. So how fast is he going at the end of 6 seconds? 12 meters per second. So he's going 12 meters per second at that point. Well, that's over here now. Because he's going at a constant speed, the speed is 12 meters per second. How long does he go 12 meters per second for in the second stage?
30 seconds.
For 30 seconds? Okay. And then after 30 seconds, he starts slowing down, correct? So what's his initial speed over here?
12.
Still 12 meters per second, isn't it? He goes from 0 to 12, then he goes 12 meters per second for 30 seconds until he comes to a stop over here. So far, so good? Okay? Anybody not follow what we did here? All I'm doing is taking from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3 and using the information that I have to share. Basically is what it is. All right. Now, I'll come back to that in a second. I need to find the displacement. The whole question asks you, what is the average velocity? To get the average velocity, when I have all kinds of things involved, including acceleration, time, and distance, and both velocities, when I have them all involved, I need to find the total displacement and divide it by the total amount of time that this all takes. So I now need to find what is the displacement in each case. So this one here, if I ignore the 12 meters per second, I have V1, A, and delta T. So which equation deals with V1, A, and delta T? The third one, that's right. Zero again, plus 1/2, 2 times 6 squared, which is 36 meters. Good? So right here, he went 36 meters. All right, he's going at a constant speed of 12 meters per second for 30 seconds. How far did he go?
360 meters.
Because he's going at a constant speed, you just times it by your time to get your displacement. Okay? So it's 360 meters. So far I've got the total time in the first part, the total displacement in the first part. I got time and displacement in the second part. What do I need to get in the third part? I need to know A, T, and D. They have to give me one of those. Which one did they give me?
T.
T, 5 seconds.
Takes 5 seconds to come to a stop. Okay, great. All right. So that's what I have there. So now I have V1, V2, T. I actually don't need A. There's no reason to get A here. Okay? But I need D. I need to find the displacement. So I've got V1, V2, and T. How do I get D?
The second equation.
The second equation. So D is equal to V1 plus V2 over 2 times T. What was my V1?
12.
12. V2? And time?
5 seconds.
5 seconds. 12 divided by 2? 6. 6 times 5?
30.
30 meters. Go back to here. About 30 meters. Alright? How long did it take this guy for the whole trip?
How long? 41 seconds?
How long?
Or, yeah, 41 seconds.
41 seconds. 5:36. 41 seconds. How far did he go in 41 seconds?
456 meters.
Go again?
Yeah. 450. No, I did that. I had it wrong.
426.
426 meters. To get my velocity average, meters divided by 41 seconds.
10.39.
10.39? Thanks.
Meters per second should be not.
Should be, yes. Thank you. It was speed. %, you will see that question on the test. So I now given you 2 questions out of a possible 8 that you're going to see on a test. That's one of them. Okay? Any questions about it so far?
That was.
All right, so the key to this question is there's 3 stages. You need to write out the first stage and know what is it that I have to take from the first stage to get to the second stage. So what carried over from the first stage to the second stage?
Velocity.
The velocity. And what carried over from the second stage to the third stage? The velocity again. That's the trick in the question. Morgan, you had a question?
This is number 19 on 81, right?
Yeah.
I attempted it, and the reason why I had trouble with it was, I don't know, just the stuff, like the stages, I got confused on which stage to start on and all that. There was just so much information, and I didn't know where to start.
Okay, that's fair. Now you've seen it. And what do you think now? Does it make sense now?
It's a little iffy.
Alright?
I know I need to start using those equations and take what I got.
Yeah, that's, okay, there's your first thing, for sure. But this guy, writing out the information and figuring out what is the question saying to me. Well, a guy starting from rest, he speeds up. Just like I said, you start at the hospital, you speed up till you hit the 100 sign, right?
Alright,
You hit your cruise control, so you're going at a constant speed for an hour, right?
right,
And then you slow down until you hit the stop sign, the stoplights in Yorkton. So how many stages did you hit there? You had a speed up stage,
yep.
you had a constant speed stage, and a slow down stage.
Yep.
That's all there is to this question. That's all there is to it. The only other question that you're going to see, there's another question that you're going to see that will also show up, is a parachute question. Guy jumps out of the airplane, so has all of this. Parachute opens, he slows down at a constant speed. Sorry, slows down, so these two kind of flip almost. And then the last stage is this guy, he goes at a constant speed till he hits the ground. So the only thing that switches is these two guys flip. But the information from stage 1 goes to stage 2, goes to stage 3. But just understanding the question, you're going to do enough of these questions that they'll make more sense. But what you have to do is you have to understand what is the question saying.
And that's what I'm struggling with through most of this, is just what it says.
Exactly. You are not the only one. There are 28 others in here that are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay? All right? Any other questions you want to see on the board right now while I'm up here?
Number
You guys want to copy that?
I wanted to do another question, but,
Do you have this copied already?
no, you told me to listen.
Okay, so do you want to copy it right now, and then I'll do number 14 with you.
I have a question about one, that we did in the assignment, but I guess we can't do that on the board. Can we?
Can, sure.
Another 3 for the assignment. Like, just, like, kind of calculate the average speed of it.
The average speed.
Yeah.
Okay. If he goes 6 meters this way, right? And then he goes 6 meters this way, or 10 meters this way.
Isn't it?
Everybody's gonna drop this glass, I don't need
Listen
it.
to me. You go 6 away from you,
I don't know why I took it.
then you come back that way, so that's 12. Right to here. And then you go 10 down, so there's another 10. And then 10 back.
Alright, so you just calculate that whole distance.
So it's 12 and 20, it's 22, and then divided by your time.
It's so simple.
I make no more, are you getting this?
What?
You getting this?
It's more clear.
Are you getting it down?
Yeah, I'm writing it down.
Yeah. You're past.
It's L in this class,
Is that 26?
Yeah. I didn't, I counted it up wrong.
Okay.
Okay, you done?
Yes.
Okay. All right, question 14. Rocket ship in space moves with a constant acceleration 9.8 meters per second squared. Yeah?
Yeah.
Starts from rest. How long will it take to reach a velocity of 1/10 that of the light, of the speed of light? So v2, so you need 1/10 of 3 times 10 to the 8 meters per second, which is 3 times 10 to the 7 meters per second.
I think I wrote the question wrong, because I heard 1/10.
Yeah. Which is 1/10 of 3 times 10 to the 8. So take a 10 off of there, that becomes 3 times 10 to the 7.
Okay.
The speed of light is this. How do I take 1/10 of it?
You divide it by 10. I see now.
You okay?
Simple question, I don't know why I can't
That's
get
okay.
a simple
It's all right,
question.
Morgan. You okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Keep working then.